Hello, my friends. Welcome back. I'm glad you're here with me this week because we're going to continue the topic of understanding what's in your paycheck. But we're going to dive into one specific topic, which is your healthcare savings account, HSA. This is for those of you who are in a high deductible healthcare plan. I'm going to explain what all those words mean. It's for you right now. If you're not in a high deductible healthcare plan, it could still be for you because you might not have realized some of these things about how a healthcare savings account works, what is a high deductible healthcare plan. I'm not going to bore you with just a bunch of jargon about healthcare, but we're going to tie this into why this matters when it comes to taking control of your finances, because this is going to play a role in your future. So let's just start off at the beginning. What is a healthcare savings account and what is a high deductible healthcare plan? What are those words that are coming out of my mouth? Let me explain. First of all, a high deductible healthcare plan is a plan where you have a high deductible. It just means that you, as the patient, as the consumer, are paying more out of your pocket. You are signing up for more risk, which in exchange gives you a lower monthly insurance premium, costs you less to have that coverage. But on the flip side, you're taking on more risk, which means you're taking a bigger risk of more out-of-pocket expenses if a larger medical expense does happen. Here's the thing though, when you're in one of those high deductible healthcare plans, you get to put money specifically into what's called a healthcare savings account. It's a special account for people who are in a high deductible plan because you're taking on more risk for yourself. So you're allowed to put money into this special savings account that's dedicated for medical expenses. And here's the cool thing. When you do that, you get a triple tax advantage. The theme of threes. Last week was the theme of threes. This week is two. What's a triple tax advantage? We're going to break down these words today. Don't you worry. A triple tax advantage is simple. You get three ways to save. You get to save on your money because you're getting to put it in this healthcare savings account tax-free. It grows tax-free, and you get to spend it tax-free. So the whole time, it's tax-free if you're spending it on qualified healthcare expenses. Why does that even matter? If you remember last week, if you watched that episode, I was talking about retirement investments and how you can put money into a retirement account tax-free. But when it comes time to retire, you have to pay taxes on that. This is what makes a healthcare savings account super special because you don't have to pay taxes when you put money in. You don't have to pay taxes when it grows, and you don't have to pay taxes when you spend it. And the reason why that's important and powerful, first, you do have to spend it on qualified healthcare expenses. If you don't, you get taxed on it. But a lot of us, and myself included, didn't realize that this is a really powerful tool for retirement. You can think of a healthcare savings account like a retirement healthcare spending account. Your goal, if you're positioning your finances right now for wealth building, you're trying to take control of your finances now so that you can build wealth. And this is one of the tools that will help you build wealth. Keep more of your own money in your pocket come retirement. What does that mean either? What that means is a lot of us are used to just putting the money in the account, knowing we get to put it in tax-free. Let's make sure we have enough in there to cover our medical expenses for this year, spend it this year maybe, and the balance stays pretty close to zero or pretty low. That's fine. You get still you're taking advantage of two of the tax benefits because you're putting it in without taxes, you're spending it without taxes. But the really important thing is this little piggy that went to the market, went to the stock market, because you can put you can put that healthcare savings account to work for you. You can elect, once it gets to a certain balance, to have that money be invested and build compound interest for you. So that means your interest gets to build interest. So you get compounding returns on this account that grows like a little nest egg for your healthcare expenses come retirement. I had never thought about it this way before. I always thought, I'm going to put as little in there as I have to because I need my money for right now. But when I had the paradigm shift, my hair, I'm getting excited. When I had the paradigm shift about, oh my gosh, the power of this is that you can build compound interest and not pay taxes on that come retirement or down the road. So yes, you can still use your healthcare savings account for definitely if you're going to have a big expense, is like, childbirth or a major surgery or a big, procedure, maybe at the dental office, anything medical related. You can look that up. Like you can get on the line, like I like to say. You can Google, what are covered healthcare savings accounts or medical expenses for healthcare savings accounts. A whole bunch of stuff is covered under that. It's surprising some of the things that are covered. All that to say is you can actually build wealth for your retirement by protecting that like a nest egg. So if you can't afford it, and this is the power of taking control of your finances and being very strategic or intentional about what you're doing with your money today, because if you can afford to cash flow your medical expenses that happen this year and leave that money in there, keep putting it in there, keep letting it grow. The idea is if you can let it stay in there and grow, that compound interest is like a snowball building you wealth. So come retirement, you have all this money accumulated in this healthcare savings account, and you get to spend it tax-free on one of the biggest expenses in our retirement, which is medical. And that's a really cool thing. I never thought of it that way. This is why I'm sharing it with you, is it's a paradigm shift of what am I using this account for? And really, if you can defer your spending in that account till down the road and pay for your right now expenses right now, that's a really powerful tool for you to build wealth in the future. So I think I said that a few times, but I really want to drill that in, that if you are in a high deductible healthcare plan, you should be thinking about putting money in a healthcare savings account. You have certain limits every year. This is 2025, so the limit this year for an individual is $4,300. I just looked that up. The limit if you're in a family plan is $8,550. You can put up to that much in there every year. That's going to start building interest for you. So I'm not getting into all the nitty gritties of how you activate that account to be in an investment plan, but you can, and your employer should help you do that. They can tell you exactly what to do. It's in your healthcare memorandum or your booklet of what you can do with it. It should talk about that, but think about it. Don't just, be content with how do I just get by with today. This is what I want to inspire you to do, is get excited about taking control of your finances today so that you can build a life that is fulfilling because you have the capacity to do more of what you love because you've been thoughtful and intentional about where your money's going. You're in control of this. So that's motivation to create more margin. I never thought that way. I was always like, just let me get by with the minimum. And I was content with kind of the paycheck to paycheck. If I could afford that, everything was fine, until I started realizing that I have the opportunity to actually put more of my paycheck to work for me to build a stronger financial future. So I want that for you. That's why I'm sharing this. I hope you can get excited with me. I hope you can appreciate my excitement for this topic. If you have questions about anything I shared today, please reach out to me, leah@moneywisemom.com, Leah. You can jump on my website, hit the contact me, and reach out to me that way. My website is moneywisemom.com. If you like what I'm talking about and you want to just get more of this every week, jump on the little corner there of the screen and hit the subscribe button. It's my little M in the corner, and follow me. I'd love it if you did. Thanks to all of you who support me every week, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Bye for now. It is not always easy, but it's always worth it. I promise you that. Have a great week, everyone.